Shalawam. I'm your brother Jeremiah from the branch of GMS, South Carolina Midlands. And before we start off, let me check the sound real quick. Alright. And before we start off, we're going to give all praises unto Yahawah, Yahawashi, called Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great millstone who teach and who rule well. And Shalawam unto you hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalawam. This is just going to be a quick lesson, dealing with the topic, the prophecy of famine, which we know is a part of the signs, that would indicate that we're at the end. And of course, Yahawashi, is about to make his second return. So just reading it real quick here in St. Matthew chapter 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which this is a part of the signs as well, which we see all the different conflicts dealing with war around the world. You got the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which I believe I seen an article earlier today. That conflict in itself is going on 2 years. All right, and right now, the most recent conflict going on is the Israel-Hamas war, which that's approaching 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. All right, yeah, because it dated back in October the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things must happen. Prophecy must be fulfilled. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. So you see, this is a part of the signs. The wars, rumors of wars, nation rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and famines. All right, and there shall be famines. All right, so just dealing with some of these articles that I looked up, dealing with famine around the world. I'm not going to play this whole video. We're going to read some of these articles as well. And Lord will, this is edifying unto you hopeful elect.
Concern is growing over a looming famine in eastern Africa, where the UN's World Food Program has estimated that 20 million people are in need of assistance.
20 million people. All right. That's a lot of people, and that's only a small fraction of the people that Yahawashi is about to judge by way of the judgment or the plague of famine, around the world. 20 million people are on the brink of starvation, over in Africa right now.
Aid groups say conflict, corruption, and drought are all contributing factors in Ethiopia's war-torn Tigray and Amhara region.
I'm going to bring that back.
And all contributing factors. Aid groups say conflict, corruption, and drought are...
So conflict is one of the reasons because of, the famine that's going on, which we know that conflict, that's going to happen to America and places around the world, is World War III. War is the main conflict that can cause a famine, no matter where you are here on this earth. Once World War III, pops off, this global, it will be a global war. This global conflict will cause mass famine around the world. Okay. And also another reason is dealing with the weather. Okay. We know that that's one of the ways that Yahawashi is visiting this place, visiting the earth. According to, let me just pull up another tab. According to Isaiah, was that Isaiah 29 and verse 6, if I'm not mistaken, dealing with what they would call natural disasters. Isaiah 29 and 6, and thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahawashi of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and Salakia, and great noise with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. So these different natural disasters, whether it be these different storms, which I believe California is getting hit, pretty nasty by way of storms or whatnot. You got earthquakes around the world, which is a part of the signs, going into the scriptures in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. Great noise, storm and tempest, flame of devouring fire, different wildfires around the world. Also you got different volcanic eruptions. All that's pointing towards the visitation of the Lord, Yahawah, indicating that Yahawashi is about to make his second return. All right, but, these are contributing factors, natural disasters towards famine. All right, we know that Yahawashi has been messing up, a lot of crops around the world by way of these different natural disasters to bring in, this worldwide famine. All right, so just playing this back a little bit, conflict, whether it be war, all right, or some type of conflict, whether it be civil, with people uprising against the government, or them fighting another nation, that can bring in a famine. Also, natural disasters.
Aid groups say conflict, corruption, and drought are all contributing factors in Ethiopia's war-torn Tigray and Amhara region.
And drought, can't forget to mention that drought. Yahawashi just don't give them no rain. All right, so that's another way the Lord is bringing in famine.
The government recently confirmed that hundreds of people have died due to starvation in recent months, a rare acknowledgement of the crisis. DW's Mariel Muller looks at the situation outside the Tigray region's capital, Mekele.
It took hours for Letizgiher Gabra to carry her 2-year-old son to Yasharahla, the town with the nearest hospital. Just in time, it seems.
When my son got seriously ill, I brought him here. They gave him a nutritional supplement called plumpy nut. I'm feeding him with that.
Slowly, little Haftun Gusu is getting better. Letizgiher and her husband are farmers, like many in the region, but the ongoing drought has killed off all their crops and animals.
We are starving. I have been begging for food in nearby towns since October. My son is starving. I haven't received any help.
Back in her village, there are...
So you see Yahawashi, is plaguing Ham, with famine, droughts, conflicts, that's not aiding towards, their food production, man. Okay, so just reading, this article as well says famine looms in Sudan as war continues abetted in Sudan. An acute food emergency could kill hundreds of thousands of people by next year. So the Lord is brewing up a heavy storm of famine, all across the world, man. All right. And Sudan, Africa, this is another article dealing with the mass starvation, that's going on in Sudan. It says from catastrophe to famine, immediate action needed in Sudan to contain mass starvation. And that's definitely coming to the shores of Babylon the Great, this proud nation, known as America, even though these people don't see it. Okay. But here's another article dealing with famine in Gaza, dealing with the Gaza situation. It says, in Gaza City, death and famine take hold amid Israel's war. The Israeli blockade, allied to the insistent bombing, has created a world where hunger and infection have free reign. So it's starvation going on, over in Gaza. And also, they dealing with disease, pestilence. All right, and this is what the prophets, warn about according to Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, man. We prophesy a war, which, dealing with war, man, it's an ugly picture. When them sieges, them blockades come in, halts, the moving of food, goods, and services, to cut off particular cities or, particular enemies from getting food and aid, it's an ugly picture of famine, and that's what they're seeing in Gaza. All right, but this is what we've been prophesying about, man. That's going to come to the whole world by way of World War III. It says the prophets, Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So dealing back with the prophets of old, they prophesied against their various different countries and kingdoms that they were in those carnations, when they were, on the scene during their time. All right, and no different, in today's time, the prophets are back here on the scenes. Was that 1 Corinthians 14:32? The prophets are back here on the scene, doing the same exact thing, man. Okay. Pretty much within their lot. Okay. 1 Corinthians 14:32. It says, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So, the prophets are back here in the reincarnation doing the same thing. Prophesying against, their countries and kingdoms, dealing with America, Babylon the Great, and, wherever brothers are scattered to, the prophets of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi are prophesying of war and of evil and of pestilence. And we're prophesying that, the ultimate war is coming, World War III. All right. And with World War III, paints the ugly picture, of a lot of death, a lot of sorrow, famine, can break out from war, the halting of foods and services or the lack thereof, not being able to get those things. Okay. Inflation's going to happen. Okay. Because the dollar is losing its value. All right, so it's gonna be ugly out here. It's gonna be known as the time, of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. But remember, he shall be saved out of it, dealing with the hopeful elect. All right, and also, pestilence is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a lot of diseases, break out that it's not gonna be able to be contained. All right, because of the various different people, that's dying. Okay, dead bodies. It's gonna be so many dead bodies. The scripture says they're gonna be like dung upon the earth. They're not gonna bury them. So there's gonna be a whole lot of disease out here, man. It's gonna be very, very ugly. All right, especially when this famine hit, man. Okay, they ain't gonna have the strength to bury nobody. Okay, but back in Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine. So it's a guarantee. There shall be famines and pestilences dealing with these diseases. All right, which, they got the boogeyman still on the scene, the C19. And, also talking about another one, pertaining unto the letter X, So, just keep your eyes peeled, and it's going to be more pestilence that's going to come by way of these people, when they get judged and, be deleted, with the, dead bodies being sprawled all over the earth. Okay, various different diseases going to break out. It says, and earthquakes in diverse places, and these things are happening. Earthquakes all over the earth, man. All right, Yahawashi started off 2024 with a bang, man. Hit them Ammonites up, with an earthquake. All right, it says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning. Okay, all these different famines around the world, it's only going to get worse. Okay, so just reading this, 2nd Esdras 16:22, prophecy that will be fulfilled. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. So the Lord is going to delete or catch a lot of bodies, by way of famine. All right, starving these niggas out. Okay. It says, and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you somehow get you some food, stumble across some food, Yahawashi gonna have the sword destroy you. Might have some troops or a hungry neighbor, all right, or whatnot, come through with the sword and take you out that way. Or the Lord will ultimately reserve you for the missiles. It's just a couple of scenarios on how the Lord can take you out by way of the sword, man. Because during this time, people gonna be, robbing and looting. Reading it, 2nd Esdras 15 and 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but they shall destroy their houses with the sword. So, the modern day gun, they gonna be coming in, with either handguns, ARs, whatever they got in their repertoire to, put you to death. It says, and spoil their goods. They're going to be taking your goods because of the lack of bread, because of the famine, that will take place around the world, especially here in Babylon the Great. It says, and for great tribulation, all right, because of them hard times, that they're going to be going through, man. You got to remember, it's going to be a economic collapse. That the FRNs is going to fail a lot of people in these times, man. Okay, because Sleazy E, he wants to bring in that digital system, that charagma, all right, which this famine is going to push a lot of people to take that device, and ultimately they're going to be destroyed, by nuclear fire, according to Revelation 14, 9 and 10. All right, but, dealing with you hopeful elect during this time, Job 5 and 19, it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So dealing with these troubles, dealing with the plagues, the judgments that Yahawashi is bringing here on the earth, and famine is one of them. And matter of fact, staying in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, let's read it. 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahawashi, I will bring plagues upon the world. And, dealing with the hopeful elect is going to be in the world. We're going to be here on the earth when the Lord brings these plagues. It says, the sword, dealing with the modern day sword, the gun. Also you're going to have the ultimate sword be used, at the end of World War III, the nuclear missiles. It says, the sword, famine. All right, the Lord's going to bring that famine, man. He's going to sweep the earth with that famine. All right. Death and destruction. So this is what the Lord is bringing. And why? Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So this judgment, these plagues, these troubles that the Lord is bringing to the earth is justified because of the wickedness of the people, man. Okay, start with the wicked, Esau, Edom, and the people, that follow after his ways, man. Especially you Israelites. Remember, judgment is going to start at the house of the Most High. All right. 1 Peter 4:17. Okay. But reading Job 5 and 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So dealing with the 6 troubles, is all the different plagues, the judgments that the Lord is going to be bringing here to the earth. And the 7 is dealing with a number of completion, dealing with that thermonuclear fire. Remember, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. And matter of fact, since I quoted it, judgment is going to begin at the house of the Most High. 1 Peter 4 and 17. But the point is in 18 I want to get. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And that's dealing with you Israelites. Furthermore, starting with the ones who know that they're Israel. Okay? And, the judgment is going to be them plagues, them troubles that the Lord is going to deliver the hopeful elect from. All right? But 2/3 going to be caught up in it. 2/3 going to be caught up in the time of Jacob's trouble. It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel, the good news of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. We know that 2/3 going to be destroyed. It says, verse 18, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, the righteous dealing with the hopeful elect, the 1/3, start with the 144,000 on down to the great multitude, they're going to scarcely be saved. All right, which means, simultaneously, when the missiles is about to touch down, they're going to be beamed up, and the Lord is even going to be carrying and protecting them through, the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, but dealing with that nuclear fire, that second death, when the missiles is about to touch down, the hopeful elect is going to get beamed up, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. All right, read around about the 50th verse on down. Okay, so the righteous, the hopeful elect, is scarcely going to be saved. And that ties into Job 5:19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yet in 7 shall no evil touch thee. Dealing with, that nuclear fire, man. The ultimate and complete judgment of Yahawah Shai on Babylon the Great, man. Okay. And so 1 Peter 4:18, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? 2/3 going to be right there in that lake of fire, man. Okay. But you hopeful elect, this is what the Lord going to do on your behalf. Job 5:20. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. So meaning, you're going to eat during that time. You're not going to perish by way of famine. All right. Because of the lack of bread. Okay. Remember, Isaiah 65:13. His servants, dealing with you hopeful elect. Okay. You're going to eat during this time, man. All right. And I want to read it. Not just quote it. Isaiah 65:13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, behold, my servants shall eat. So you're going to eat during the time of famine. Okay, during the time where there's a lack of bread. Okay, lack of water. It says, but ye shall be hungry, dealing with 2/3. They're going to get caught up in the troubles. They're going to get caught up in the plagues of Yahawah Shai, one of them being famine. It says, behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice. Why we're going to be rejoicing? Hey, for one, wisdom and knowledge going to be the stability of our times. Isaiah 33:6. All right, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is our treasure. All right, and for 2, the Lord is going to be protecting us during this time, man. All right, the Lord is going to be right there with us. When the Lord is judging 2/3, the Lord is going to be protecting us. Rawchaa, Lord willing, we're of that hopeful elect number. It says, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And 2/3 going to be ashamed because they trusted in Egypt. They thought that this system, would save them. They thought, that Esau, Edom, had it all together. Ultimately, they're going to end up taking that Karagma and be destroyed, man. Okay, so they're going to be ashamed in that day, man. Okay, seeing that the prophets of Yahawah Shai, the servants of Yahawah Shai, had it right all along. All right, because we gave them warning. Start with the apostles and the elder bishops on down. All right, we gave them warning. All right, and that's going to be the fulfillment of Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter and the 33rd verse. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. All right, because prophecy is going to be taking place. All right, and this is one of the prophecies that we warning them about, man. Okay, famine. Job 5:20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, dealing with you hopeful elect. And in war, which World War III is coming. Okay, Revelation 11:14. Okay, war is coming. With war, you got famine, you got a bunch of evil going on, bad times, death, destruction. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, dealing with World War II. Woe means destruction. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III is right around the corner, man. And we're warning about that. We're prophesying about that. All right. It says, Back in Job 5:20, in the latter, it says, and in war from the power of the sword. So you ain't gonna get caught up, by way of these troops. You ain't gonna get caught up by way of these, different militia groups out here. And you ain't gonna get destroyed, by way of thermonuclear fire, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna protect you from that, man. All right. So also dealing with you hopeful elect, Psalms 91:9. It says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahawashi, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Yeah, dealing, abiding, in this truth of Yahawashi, remaining in the house of the Lord. Psalms 91:10. There shall no evil befall thee. Dealing with bad times, the judgments that's coming to this place, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. And what was one of the plagues in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, man? Okay, let's pull that back up. Dealing with Salak. 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. One of the plagues, as we'll pull up, tying into the lesson, one of the plagues is famine that the Lord is bringing to the earth, man. Okay, to the world. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And read verse 6, because the wickedness have polluted the whole earth. But dealing with you hopeful elect, Psalms 91:10, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. And that's tied into the Lord bringing famine, man. All right, it's not gonna come upon you hopeful elect. Okay, remember we read his servants is gonna eat. All right, and furthermore, you got that divine protection, man. Psalms 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And that also ties into Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord Yahawashi encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Okay, so we ain't gonna have Lord will I and you are of that number. We're not gonna have nothing to worry about in this time, man. Okay, we just gotta continue to trust in Yahawashi, hold fast our integrity in Yahawashi, continue to fear the Lord, and most importantly, have faith in Yahawashi, and he will protect us, he will provide for us, and he will deliver us, man. All right, but we have famine, which is all a part of prophecy of Yahawashi. We have famine sweeping the world right now, okay? And this famine will come to Babylon the Great, man, okay? Because, it's prophesied already, 2nd Esdras 6:22 now ended on this. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So when you go to your local grocery store, Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, Food Line, wherever you get your food from, it's going to be empty shelves, man. Okay? And in this time, you ain't going to have no farmers out there tilling the ground. Okay? It's going to be a lack of bread. It's going to be a famine. The only one that can deliver you from this time is the hopeful elect. Is the hopeful elect. And as you can see, little man wanted to come in the lesson, man. All right, so Lord will, this is edifying unto you, hopeful elect, man. The Lord is bringing a famine to the earth, okay, but you hopeful elect have nothing to worry about. So Lord will, this edify. I'm going to end off by giving all praises unto Yahawashi, Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. And Shalawam unto you, hopeful elect. Shalawam.